Right now I can feel my tears falling like rain. There's nothing I can do about his demands. Li Shutan showed up at the agreed time Saturday at the meeting place. This is the building. Arrived at the room door. Fat man opened. So glad to see you here. This overwhelming pressure made Li Shutan step back. The man's smile foreshadowed what was about to happen. Friday, a few days ago, he thought he'd been working at this top-tier company for a year. His manager came over asking him to attend the annual party. At least try to make a good impression at the end. But Shu Tang refused. Seeing how firm he was, the manager didn't push. Shu Tang looked at his resignation letter. He'd reported internal corruption. The director had called him in for a talk. Now he had two choices. Transfer to a branch office. Or resign. If he just played dumb like the manager said, he wouldn't be dealing with this alone. But he couldn't just turn a blind eye while he was feeling miserable. This was a short-term project team for company reform, led by team leader Han Zhuwen. His name had been familiar since training orientation. At the company he was known as the devil, dictator, workaholic. But people's opinions of him were completely split. So given the current situation, he found himself admiring him. Maybe he could be that last lifeline. While Han Zhu looked at Shu Tang's file, torn between resigning and transferring to a branch. He didn't expect such a direct question. And he clearly knew about him reporting the company's team. He even knew his real reason for applying to the project team. Alicia was left speechless by his questions. Then he coldly said, "You can't adapt to work life." He came to the interview admiring him, only to get completely torn apart. The guy's work experience didn't meet the company's hiring standards. And also, the man wasn't happy with his attitude for interviewing. So what are you gonna do now? Submit your resignation. The guy figured this wasn't his concern. After all, he's the team leader. Still stayed polite before leaving. His words during the interview were harsh, but they were all true. The guy started questioning if he'd taken the wrong path. The interview that day was a total failure. But that night, the man called Director Jin to speak up for the guy. This usually strict man for some reason made an exception for this guy. Next day the manager asked the guy how the interview went. As expected, he got chewed out. But he probably won't last long in sales either. Director Song's coming back mid-month too. This kind of money changing hands isn't exactly new. Now the guy fully realized his principles meant nothing here. Suddenly jolted awake by a phone ringing. It was Han Zhuwen, the caller wolf. Since the content wasn't for a phone call, he told the guy to meet him on the roof. He didn't expect this man would actually. But there was a condition. Once a week. He never expected that kind of condition. The guy almost lost his balance. The man gave him time to think it over. If he wanted to hear the specific terms contact. Ever since that talk with the guy couldn't sleep for days. He even started questioning his life. Finally made up his mind. Han Zhu's number. Greeny. Since he agreed to Han Zhuang's term, he had to be ready for pain. The Saturday before the project, he was asked to meet him. Shu Tang steeled himself and went to the hotel. Han Zhuwen sat by the window in a black robe, swirling his wine glass. His predatory gaze made Li Shu Tang pretty nervous. Seeing him not being proactive, Han Zhu, the workplace elite, made an analogy for him. Said his expression that was like a kid on a roller coaster, wanting to get off but realizing it's too late. Keeps reassuring himself it'll be over soon. If it were a plane, there's a point of no return. If he doesn't want to ride now, they can pretend nothing happened. Truly a workplace elite. Even now the way he talks is so skillfully manipulative, putting the choice on him. If he agrees, he becomes his accomplice. No coercion whatsoever. But since he'd already decided to come here, how could he give up now? Everything went according to Han Zhu's plan. He was looking forward to Li Shu Tan's performance. But Li Shu Tan's clumsy acting was unwatchable. Han Zhuwen decided to teach him himself. Seeing him so upset, he lost interest. Seeing the team leader disappointing, Li Shu Tang quickly tried to stop Han Zhuwen from walking away. Let's try again. If I give you another chance, even if you want to stop halfway, it won't be possible. In the end he became his accomplice. It was all his own. But the team leader's eyes looked less annoyed and more disappointed. Think he had other expectations. I hope you'll be more useful at the company. Yet this was only the first Saturday. He could hear dress shoes walking away, and his own retching. Zhuwen looked at himself in the elevator, thinking back to Li Shu Tang agreeing to his terms on the phone. A new week started. Right when he came in, he saw co-workers moving stuff. Looks like everyone's excellent. Li Shu Tang realized he was pretty useless here. While getting to know his co-workers, he saw that face, team leader Han Zhuwen. He spotted Li Shu Tang through the crowd immediately. They made brief eye contact several times during the meeting. Each time he had to work really hard to lift his head instead of low. Felt like no matter what he couldn't escape his gaze. Han Zhuan assigned him a mentor. During training, he learned. The team leader personally coded. According to the mentor, the team leader did this in college. He didn't expect someone who created such clean task allocation would call him to a hotel. Someone so would actually let him join the team. Just unbelievable and incomprehensible. Even if he told anyone, nobody would believe it. What's it like getting spanked by an IC CEO? At lunch, the mentor took Li Shutan to eat. From him, he learned. But from the looks of it, that wasn't the case. Everyone who got in here went through layers of application screening. There were lots of people behind his back waiting for to mess to destroy him. Bringing Li Shutan in got a lot of people talking trash. Hearing the mentor, Li Shutan couldn't understand why team leader Han would take such a risk to make this deal with him. What was the mentor's point in telling him all this? Did he want him to quit voluntarily? He'd even thought of how to refuse. But the mentor's answer surprised him. Turns out he was warning him to be careful, to do his work properly. If there's a problem, he'll help however he can. Li Shutan was really tired. The mentor saw him answer so and felt a bit awkward. Next, team leader Han will meet with everyone one-on-one. Might regret submitting that application. At the office, team leader Han was reviewing materials. Even asked if he'd eaten lunch. Because with desk, he was way too close to team leader. Should have left the door open earlier. Team leader Han gave him the materials he needed and gave him a new work badge. He'd used his own authority to specifically transfer Li Shutan to his department. Got up to take him to meet the team. And yeah, at that moment Li Shutan remembered what the mentor told him earlier. He asked team leader Han why he'd go this far for him. Han Zhuan looked at the frozen Li Shutan, leaned in close and touched his hair. I don't know why. You're asking that. But if you think I'm just doing you a favor, you don't get it. I thought I gave you plenty of time. But you might need to get hurt once to understand. Then used his thumb to cut a mark on his forehead. At the time, he didn't get what he meant by getting hurt. Not until the second Saturday did he, and Han Zhuan told him that to get him on board. His workload had increased a lot. First time seeing someone so, not only criticized his work, but also his technique at eating. Him to wash his face and come back. Li Shutan looked at his reflection in the water and couldn't help cry. Team leader Han was right. He wasn't the victim, he was his accomplice. Seeing him at the company, he'd even forgotten he and the man at the hotel were the same person. After chatting with a female co-worker, he noticed his lips seemed a bit cracked. Asked if it was his first time game started. If he didn't count, they'd have to start over. The originally unripe apple. Team leader Han forcibly ripened. During the spanking, Li Shutan forgot to count again, having barely endured until now. He just broke down crying. Slowly crawled up and hugged the team leader, crying and apologizing. Why does it look so much like acting cute? Seeing him like this, the team leader actually softened. I'll let you off today. I won't hit you anymore. Then took out anti-swelling ointment for Li Shutan. It's a spray, he was still sobbing. That's when he slowly understood his situation. Maybe what he'd been chasing never existed. Looking back now, it seems so absurd. Han Zhuan lifted his chin and told him he was Li. Asked him to sleep here before leaving. Li Shang buried his face in the pillow like a kid, shaking his head. But Han Zhuan didn't keep pushing. Then he could hear the distant sounds of a backpack and clothes. Team leader Han just left like that, without even a word of goodbye. When Li Shutan got home and checked his temperature. As a kid, he'd been sick a lot. Growing up, even when sick, he had no time to rest. No one to take care of. He still had to do part-time. Thinking back as a kid, he could still act cute with his mom. But now he's all alone. The sadness rushed over him now. Monday at work, coworkers noticed his rosier than usual cheeks. The mentor had already asked and knew he was sick. But why were his lips injured too? Li Shutan quickly covered them with his hand. Face flushing, not knowing how to. Heard them say team leader Han got called up again. Might not even make it to the end of year presentation. 这么多欧盘谈了 Team leader Han came in asking the project proposal he'd asked him to revise that he'd left it on the team leader's desk Friday. He wanted to double check everything. He was planning to submit it when he came in on Saturday. So he panicked and told his team leader the proposal was on his desk. He'd go get it right away. But the team leader lost it on the spot. He chewed him out in front of everyone. Li Shutan got scolded so bad he didn't dare say a word. All he could do was keep his head down. Later he carefully explained he was planning to work from home. But that seemed to make team leader Han even angrier. Seeing Li Shutan's face about to cry from feeling wrong, team leader Han stopped yelling at him. She told him to bring the proposal within an hour. After getting chewed out by team leader Han, Li Shutan went to the bathroom and started sobbing. Whose co-workers didn't want to come comfort him, deciding to let him be alone for a bit. Normally, Li Shutan might have figured team leader Han was just taking out his frustrations from the higher-ups and wouldn't think much of it. But now he didn't know what was going on. Just then a familiar voice came from behind. It was team leader Han. Seeing Li Shutan crying, team leader Han pulled him into the stairwell to talk. He didn't understand why he was crying. Did he think he was deliberately? This wasn't the first time he'd been scolded by a boss, so why the tears? Being interrogated like this by team leader Han made Li Shutan even more nervous. He started crying again. Seeing him like this, team leader Han reluctantly apologized to him. Earlier he'd heard from team members that Li Shutan was sick. He asked if it was because of him. Seeing team leader Han closing in, frantically put his hand up to block her. Not like this at the office. Team leader Han looked kind of angry. If he was crying in bed, that'd be one thing. But crying at the office, what am I supposed to do? Li Shutang begged the team leader to stop talking. There were people coming and going outside too. Han Zhouan stopped pressing him. He talked to him after work. Li Shutang told him he had to work overtime tonight. In this situation, who wasn't working overtime? He told Li Shutang to make time at dinner to be with him. That evening, everyone else clocked out. He was still revising the proposal the team leader had sent back. It was covered in red notes. Basically had to redo the whole thing. Just then, team leader Han's voice came from behind. The team leader's voice was very gentle now. He pointed out to Li Shutang with a spelling error. Is making basic mistakes your hobby? Han Zhuan told him to come eat with him. But Li Shutang didn't want to be alone with him, so he tried to get out of it. Too bad the team leader's words were too forceful. In the end, he still went with him to the parking lot. Team leader Han really cared about why Li Shutang was crying. The project wasn't close to done yet, and if what happened over the weekend affected his work, it gave him a massive headache. Li Shutang was at a loss and didn't know how to answer. Han Zhouan then asked if he got sick because of him. After a moment of silence, Li Shutang slowly started talking about his thoughts after what happened that day. Just like team leader Han, he called the keyword in Li Shutang's words, hate. So he started asking what things he couldn't accept. When the team leader asked about spanking, Li Shutang's face instantly turned red. He never thought he'd think spanking him meant he hated him. Li Shutang didn't understand why the team leader would laugh when they talked about this. Han Zhuan, seeing him so clueless, sighed helplessly and asked if it still hurt. He reached over to check, seeing Li Shutang clutching his clothes tightly, tears welling up in his eyes again. If he forced himself to look now, he'd start crying again, like a faucet. Then he told Li Shutang he didn't spank him, because he hated him. Seeing him cry actually puts him in a better mood. But no crying at the office. If he messed up later, he'd still scold him like usual. After all, work is work. Hearing team leader Han say this, he pretty much understood. But there was still one thing he couldn't figure out. Why did doing it without the team leader's permission make him so angry? Team leader Han, listening to him, was left speechless. It was just joking around, like spanking a kid. So the spanking was because team leader Han caught him doing something. After Li Shutang got home, he thought about the conversation with the team leader in the car. The team leader told him he spanked him because he wanted to, so he looked for an excuse. How could he not even understand simple play? Li Shutang was mimicking what the team leader said when he pinched his nose. The team leader told him not to copy him. He's not a parrot. He didn't understand a lot of what the team leader said. But team leader Han wasn't surprised anymore. If he explained everything here, it'd take forever. He decided to teach him slowly every Saturday from now on, to understand what the team leader meant by play. Li Shutang looked it up online, but the results freaked him out. It was Thursday. Li Shutang came to the office through heavy snow. Seeing team leader Han sitting there, he went over to say hello. Team leader Han saw him looking like that. He tossed him a handkerchief and told Li Shutang to dry his hair. If he caught a cold, he'd kick him out of the conference room. Was his concern. Li Shutang thanked him. He figured he should wash the handkerchief before giving it back. Leader told him to come to the conference room once he got himself together. He had questions about the report he submitted. He was smiling the whole time he talked. Though a bit flustered, Li Shutang agreed right away. Team leader Han told him even if he's just assisting, working exhausted means making mistakes. Then he started going over his report. Days Li Shutang had no idea what part team leader Han was talking about. He didn't expect him to reach over and point it out for him. From Li Shutang's report he could tell. He put too much weight on individual influence. Thinking his ideas alone could save a failing company, Li Shutang then offered his own take. When he realized it, he found himself talking back to team leader Han. But he didn't get mad at Li Shutang. He patiently kept analyzing the problems for him. Even if you keep asking me why, it won't help. Once you understand, you'll know there's no real reason. Li Shutang, you seem to think the system's self-defense mechanism is laughable. People who stick to ways that don't fit the system, over time they start going along with it, become silent, or just naturally leave. Team leader Han didn't think he'd have to explain, even this to Li Shutang. He told him to think more about how to actually demonstrate it. Not just rely on theory because he lacks real experience. The conference room was chaotic all day today. Everyone was excited and wanted to go home. They asked Li Shutang if he was going home tomorrow too. Li Shutang lied and said he was coming to work tomorrow. His home was in Seoul. Then he heard from them that team leader Han was coming to work tomorrow. His hometown was also in Seoul. Thinking about coming to work with just team leader Han made him short of breath. Plus the next day was Saturday. He was probably the only office worker desperately hoping a weekend wouldn't come. After work, Li Shutang went to the supermarket and bought Yukon. He remembered team leader Han telling him to go home and practice with a banana. Besides studying work stuff, he had to practice this too. And the third Saturday he'd been hoping wouldn't come was slowly approaching. He still came to work. His coworkers all went home to bed. Today in the office it was just him and team leader Han. The team leader asked Li Shutang why he came to work today. Li Shutang said it was because the team leader said not to bring work home. He never thought he'd talk back to him. Li Shutang still couldn't understand why the team leader recruited him in the first place. And making that kind of proposal, was he trying to prove he made a mistake in some extreme way? The team leader sensed he had something on his mind. Li Shutang saw the team leader look busy and didn't dare speak up. The team leader told him to worry about his own. After hesitating, he still spoke up to the team leader. Told him to come over here. Seeing Li Shutang had marked it up with lots of question marks. Team leader Han was shocked. Why are you only asking me now? He didn't want to waste the team leader's time. Said he didn't need to explain everything. He could ask co-workers later. But team leader Han was very patient explaining things to him. By the time they finished, it was late. Leader Han invited Li Shutang to get dinner together. Last time he turned him down. This time Han Zhuan wasn't giving him a chance to refuse. But Li Shutan insisted he wanted to go convenience store. The team leader reluctantly agreed. He never thought the team leader would go to a convenience store with him. Before leaving, he reminded him to put on his coat. Seeing him eat at these places all the time, no wonder he's so thin. Co-workers eating there were shocked to see team leader Han. The team leader gave his card to Li Shutan and told him to go back here and wait. Li Shutan refused. Two co-workers sat on the side watching the show. In the end, he couldn't out-stubborn the team leader. The co-workers nearby looked like they wanted to pay. Seeing Li Shutan only bought rice balls and bread, the worker asked him why he didn't buy something pricier since he's using the team leader's card. This is when he should get some payback. Li Shutan was planning to take it back to the office to eat. The team leader told him to chat with him before going back. Turns out tomorrow was the Lunar New Year. He asked Li Shutan if he wanted to let him off the hook. Didn't he need to go home and be with family? Li Shutan told the team leader he didn't need to go home. The team leader thought that was kinda sad for Li Shutan. He needed to go back tomorrow. He could make it back in time, but he'd be in a bad mood tomorrow. Li Shutan would have to deal with it then. When Saturday came, Li Shutan arrived at the hotel entrance. Team leader Han was still on his way back, but was already past the scheduled time. He gave Li Shutan a choice. He could leave right now, or wait here for him to come back. He never thought he'd have a choice. Before he would have left without hesitation. But now, he chose the latter. The first kiss tasted like ice cream. Just like team leader Han said. He was in a bad mood tonight, but he still wiped the cream off his face. He could tell his technique had improved. Guess he'd been pretty busy after work. Li Shutan answered he bought bananas and cucumbers. He could tell the team leader was happy now. Was it because of that answer? Then he told Li Shutan to get the tie on the table. When they finished, he told him not to roll up his sleeves in front of people. Be careful when washing hands too. In a daze, he called out to the team leader. He heard a response but was so sleepy. He could see team leader Han's back. He thought he heard him call out, or maybe he heard wrong. This time he didn't leave the room, and didn't abandon him. Team leader Han's business trip got moved to tomorrow. Everyone's workload got heavier today. Team leader Han was considerate. He took on most of the work himself, letting everyone clock out once they finished today's tasks. Then he called Li Shutan to the office alone, asked if he was free tonight. Li Shutan told the team leader he had to work on the assignment he just gave. Team leader Han told him it was after that. He had a business trip this Saturday. Li Shutan instantly understood what he meant. Move Saturday's thing to tonight. Team leader Han, won't you be tired? You have to leave early tomorrow for your trip. That's exactly why I need to blow off some steam. And Li Shutan, when did you start worrying about me? Seeing him still hesitating, team leader Han told him this was for his own good. Knowing him, if it was Saturday, he'd spend every day before then worrying. Moving it to tonight means he doesn't need to psych himself up so much. Team leader Han, when did you start worrying about me? Can I worry about you? Lately I feel like I'm always worrying about Li Shutan. Before leaving, he reminded Li Shutan to finish work before 9 tonight. Li Shutan thought that'd be tough, but team leader Han didn't care. In the end, he really did finish right on. But there was no time to prepare ahead. After he knew it, he was at the hotel entrance. Since he had no time to prepare, Li Shutan started crying again without meaning to. Team leader Han had no idea what to do with him. He gently comforted him. Told him tonight they just have dinner together. Li Shutan couldn't believe it. Team leader Han told him it was because last time he refused to have dinner with him. So tonight after they eat together, he'd take him home. Then go to the office to prep for tomorrow's trip. Li Shutan asked team leader Han if coming to the hotel. Seeing he doesn't believe, you want to use the hotel for its actual purpose. Let's go, don't miss the reservation. Turns out making him finish work by 9 was because he'd already booked the restaurant. Looking at the food in front of him, Li Shutan can't remember the last time he ate like this. Team leader Han just watches him eat, keeps feeding him more, and at the end he's polite enough to have Li Shutan wait outside while he settles the bed. Despite team leader Han's kind, Li Shutan still doesn't dare let his guard. When the elevator stops at the 16th floor, Li Shutan's heart skips a beat. So this is how it's gonna be. Tears instantly well up. Behind him, team leader Han's voice calls out. You really don't want to sleep with me. His hurt expression looks like he's about to cry any second. Seeing team leader Han close the elevator doors, Li Shutan can't believe it. Way too easy to make you cry. Just messing with you. I never even booked a room. What am I supposed to do if you don't trust your boss? Now team leader Han's voice sounds gentle. Totally different from him on the 16th floor. Out of cigarettes. He takes Li Shutan to a convenience store, grabs his hand and tells him to pick ice cream. This move confuses Li Shutan even more. He already treated him to dinner. Feels too bad to make him pay again. So Li Shutan offers to pay, and team leader Han heads out to wait. At checkout he sees an energy drink, thinks about it and buys it. Team leader Han sees what he bought, asks if he's feeling it. Li Shutan tells him no. Bought 2 ice creams, planning to give team leader Han one. But he says no, tells him to eat the other one at home. The whole ride, they don't talk. Li Shutan keeps thinking about that drink. Bought it specially for team leader Han. Wants to give it to him but can't find the words. When they get out and reach his door, after an internal struggle, Li Shutan turns and calls out the team leader. Walks up and hands him the drink. You bought this for me? Li Shutan feels a bit embarrassed. Tells him he can toss it if he doesn't want it. Thanks for dinner tonight. Hope your trip goes well. Then team leader Han pulls him close. Tells him to get back in the car. You know I've been really patient with you today, right? So this time don't cry. And then their lips meet. Finding out he doesn't know how, he teaches him taste the ice cream. Being with Li Shujuan, team leader Han doesn't even want to go on this trip. After getting back from the store, team leader Han sees him acting weird. Is he tired? Why is he buying 2 ice creams in winter? Li Shujuan puts down the cigarettes, hesitates, then offers 1 ice cream to team leader. But team leader Han says no, tells him to take the other one home. So Li Shujuan eats the ice cream himself. The energy drink in his hand is getting warm. He's been thinking about it the whole ride. Should give it to Team Leader Han, but just can't get the words out. After getting out, Li Shujuan struggles and finally calls out to Team Leader Han before he drives off. Then walks to the car window and hands him the energy drink. Team Leader Han asks if he bought it for him. Li Shujuan blushes. If you don't want it, you can throw it away. Thanks for dinner. Hope your trip goes well. Suddenly Team Leader Han grabs his hand, tells him to get back in the car. Once Li Shujuan's in, Team Leader Han turns to look. You know I went easy on you today, right? Li Shujuan softly hums yes. Team Leader Han just looks at him, then don't cry this time, and leans in for a kiss. Can taste the ice cream in his mouth. Next day at the office, Deputy Park vents. Team Leader Han made it sound simple on the phone, but now explaining it to the team is really hard. A colleague asks, can't you just call Team Leader Han? Deputy Park looks helpless. What would you think of me when I called him early this morning? Because I can't touch him. He went silent for like 5 seconds. Then he says to me, Deputy Park, I'm gone for one, and the whole team falls apart. Is that right? Hearing this, the colleagues can totally imagine Team Leader Han's tone, and they feel for Deputy Park. Then the office door opens. Seeing it's Director Kim, everyone gets nervous. Deputy Park wonders what he wants. Team Leader Han's not here today. Director Kim says he's here to cheer them on. He knows Team Leader Han's not around. He went on a business. Our secretary scheduled it by mistake. I'm here to apologize. I really respect Team Leader Han's ability, but on this point I really don't agree with him multiple times. He shouldn't use his personal program for the TFT, but after 3 years he still ignores me. What do you team members think? How about the new member speaks up? Member, after using that program, what do you think? Facing Director Kim question. Li Shujuan's a bit flustered, but tries to stay calm. I think it's more convenient than the old program. The other team members hearing his answer look shocked. Director Kim looks skeptical. In what way? Shujuan tells him. Yeah, he can clearly see how his work fits into the overall project. That's great. Very professional. I think it's a quality program for small-scale projects. Director Kim's words have an edge. Young people these days have such strong. Looks like we have plenty of talent to lead the company. That makes me almost time for my meeting, so I'll head up. Good work, everyone. I'll be looking forward to your presentation. After Director Kim everyone leaves, breathes a sigh of relief. Waiting out. Director Kim never usually come. Totally picked the day Team Leader Han's away. Seriously. But anyway, among us would dare talk back to Director Kim like that. Everyone's eyes turn to Li Shujuan. Li Shujuan quietly lowers his head. Deputy Park tells him nothing to be sorry. You weren't wrong, but still. Think I get why Team Leader Han said what he did before. Hearing that, Li Shujuan looks confused. Deputy Park gets up and tells him he's got time before the meeting. Bring your report and let's go over it. After reading his report, Deputy Park says it looks good. If you need any reference materials, come find me. Seeing Li Shujuan's expression, Deputy Park asks what's wrong. You don't think I'm just saying this to make you feel good? Li Shujuan tells him no. Thinking this is the first time he's gotten this kind of positive feedback, feels a bit shy. But then, Deputy Park brings up school. Heard Li Shujuan was a really good student. My club junior happens to be your senior. I figured I'd ask him. Soon as he heard your name he knew exactly who you were. Said you never missed out on a scholarship. Plus you tutored and worked part-time. Never joined any department activities. Some people weren't fans, but reading your report every day and giving you feedback. Team Leader Han's really something. Hearing that, Li Shujuan thinks back to Saturday night. Finishing coursework. Reading reports was tiring but not hard. What he had to learn every Saturday with Team Leader Han, that was way harder for him. Hearing Deputy Kwang complain about Team Leader Han, Li Shujuan finds himself defending Team Leader Han. Seeing Li Shujuan crying like Team Leader Han asks who turned on his water will. Why so upset? Li Shujuan teases. Feels like the team leader has no limit. I don't know how far he'll go. Even though he said at first he wouldn't hurt me too bad. Hearing this, Team Leader Han's a bit surprised. Didn't realize that's how he saw him. Then suggests maybe a safe word would help. From his perspective, feels kind of unfair. Doesn't think he's gone far enough to need a safe word. Let's try using. Li Shujuan looks confused. What's a safe word? Team Leader Han tells him it's a safe word. Is that technical jargon for you too? Li Shujuan, say the safe word and you're safe. After Team Leader Han explains, he tells him to practice now. Li Shujuan's kiss is clearly clumsy, so Team Leader Han shows him. Using kisses as his reward. One reason for the reward is Li Shujuan's good looking. Hearing that, Li Shujuan blushes. Next day at the office, Deputy Kwang asks Li Shujuan, how's it been working in the TF team? Hands him a coffee. Hearing him say he's a just, Deputy Kwang suggests they grab dinner after the project wraps. Get Deputy Yoon too. Li Shujuan agrees but wonders why she's reaching out to him. This seems like the first time she's talked to him about personal stuff. Then he hears her venting about work. Li Shujuan gets it. Deputy Kwang's reaching out in her own way. Apologizing for how she acted before and showing she respects him. Things he used to hope for. Things he's lost the right to. Li Shujuan knows he's different from them. He didn't get into TF the right way. Listening to Deputy Kwang talk, Shujuan slowly shares his own thoughts. Back in college, I went to a career fair. I wanted to get into Leiwon. Or if not Leiwon, some big company. Being part of a big company and having my own place there felt like I'd belong. School wasn't easy, so I needed a goal. But when I realized the company was the same, knowing there were people like Team Leader Han there, that somehow comforted me. Even though I'd never talked to him, Just knowing he existed felt like proof there were answers or exceptions. That's why I wanted to join the TF project. If I could work with team leader Han, nothing else mattered. Thought even if it wasn't the right way, maybe it was still okay. That was my only way forward, or maybe just self-harm for clinging to empty hope. But now dumping this excuse on Deputy Kwon. Looks like he still can't face Deputy Kwon head on. Working late. Li Shujuan gets a message from team leader asking if he likes dumplings. Li Shujuan fires back. Why would I eat with you? Expected team leader Han to chew him out, but instead got comfort. Looking at the sent message, Li Shujuan freezes. That's no way to talk to your boss. Fortunately messed up. And then the phone rings. Team leader Han. Li Shujuan hesitates, then picks up. Sorry, think I lost my mind for a second. Team leader Han tells him to cut the crap. Just come up. Getting to the roof. Seeing team leader Han standing there. Li Shujuan. I was too wound up, said the wrong thing. Team leader Han tells him he knows. But it was still honest. Even if it slipped out, doesn't mean it's not true. Why would I eat with team leader Han? Li Shujuan doesn't know what to say. Team leader Han hands him the dumplings. I wanted you to eat while you work. Didn't mean we'd go out to eat. Li Shujuan realizes, apologizes again. Li Shujuan explains that's not what he meant. Team leader Han leans in, not what? Are you feeling okay? Looks like he's about to cry. Gently touches Li Shujuan's cheek. Li Shujuan looks at team leader Han, thinking about how he's been anxious all day, confused, or regretting his past choices. But none of it he can say out loud. Hearing Li Shujuan say, team leader Han pulls him close. You're right, Haba. Suddenly being held by team leader Han. Team leader Han, we're at the office. Han asks, you know we're at the office and you still talk back to me like that. Why am I the only one who has to keep work and personal separate? How many hits you want? Li Shujuan looks terrified, thinking what if someone sees, the leans close to his ear. No one's gonna see. Li Shujuan, you're smaller. I'm blocking you. How many hits till I calm down? Li Shujuan's tension eases. Feels like whether he gets hit here or someone finds out, none of it matters anymore. Team leader Han affectionately strokes his cheek. Why do you look like that? Such a good boy. But Li Shujuan